we are so excited to present to you our keynote speakers. We have 5 incredible students from Manor New Technology High School all the way in Texas who drove 15 hours to share their experiences with you on how PBL has changed their education and how they are so passionate about it. So please welcome students from Manor New Tech High School.
Hi guys, my name's Alexander Adams. I am going to be a junior at Manor New Tech High School.
Hi, I'm Irvin Abarca, and I'm going to be a junior this year at New Tech.
I'm Mackenzie Mobley, and I'm going to be a senior this year.
I'm Marita Henley, and I'm also going to be a senior this year.
I'm Voye Coleman, and I'm also going to be a senior this year.
So this is our PBL experience, and we have a short video we'd like to show you before we get started with our speaking.
I wonder why he chose that specific music.
So my favorite part of PBL learning is that it sometimes takes the workload off of trying to do 5 projects at the same time. You can collaborate with your group and get things done faster.
One of the things that you have to learn in New Tech is collaborating with other people. I really hated that at the beginning of my freshman year. I hated that my grade was dependent on the work that other people did. So throughout the months that I worked, I learned to trust people and collaborate more with them. So at the end, we could have a good final product and get a good grade for it.
So the culture at New Tech is very unique. The teachers here are more like mentors other than teachers, and they actually care a lot about you getting your work done. They're very motivational, and they always try to get you to do your best.
The school culture really helps our school when we're collaborating in our groups because we can really work well together and our stuff can be trusted. If we set it down and we go somewhere else to work on something and it'll take us like 15 minutes, we can trust that our stuff will still be there, and we can trust that our group members will help us out and watch our backs whenever we go out to do something. And whenever we work on a group project, then our group members will help us out and help us without getting in our arguments.
I've kind of had an issue working with others because I can be kind of a dictator, but New Tech has taught me to play to other people's strengths. If somebody works very slow, I can give them a task that has to be due later on. And I've also learned to step back and let somebody else lead instead of me being the leader all the time. And it's just really nice to work with different types of people and play to their strengths.
I think that New Tech helped me be better prepared for college by the workload. The workload was a lot at some times, and I figured out how to manage it, and I figured out how to take care of it all without being overwhelmed. And also with the style of teaching, I will be able to adapt to college learning better with the way I was taught here.
Difference between our high school and a regular high school is that you develop the real world skills. And what I mean by that is that you're collaborating with others to turn in a final product. In that final product, you have to work with the team to make it great. You are given a certain that time you have to time manage, you have to plan out what goes to that person or when is that going to be done by. And also you have way more responsibility.
Are you here with me? Just looking out on the day of another dream.
So, as we said before, we are Manor New Technology High School. We're located in Manor, Texas. That's right outside of Austin, if you don't know where that is. And we were established in 2007, and we've been going strong since. We've been nationally ranked and recognized by U.S. News Education. We were given a medal, kind of, for the recognition.
Okay, hi guys, good morning. My name is Alexander Adams. I am going to be a junior. So I'm going to be talking about how PBL has influenced my learning, my high school learning experience. The first thing I'd like to talk about is the improved social skills. Going to New Tech, you pretty much are forced to work with people every day. Even if you like them, even if you don't like them, even if you don't know them, especially freshman year, that was a little awkward. But you eventually get to know them, but they become your family. But you just learn to collaborate. You learn to, like, let's say I'm working in a project with Irving, right? And he's like, hey, should we make the PowerPoint red or blue?
However you want it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just kind of, you start to work with people a lot better. And then time management. That's a really big one because you are going to high school. You do take multiple courses at the same time. And you don't just get one project for all the subjects. You have a separate project for each class. And so you have to learn to manage your time. You say, like, I'm going to spend an hour on this poster, 2 hours on this video. And especially because I am a woodwind section leader for the band. So balancing band and that was a very big thing to have to do. And then for creativity, you get to be really creative with what you do because when you get there originally, all you think is like, all right, so I go to New Tech, I'm going to be making like a ton of PowerPoints, and yeah. But recently we had a project where we had to create a new bike, and our teacher said, okay, you guys can do whatever you want, but just as long as you present the information. So me and my group were like, hey guys, let's make a trailer for the bike. So we went into iMovie, we made like this really epic trailer, made the bike look really cool, and that was our presentation. Then after that, we just kind of got up there, and no PowerPoint, nothing like that. We just explained our information and how it like applied to our bike. And yeah, that's PBL in learning. Then here's Irving.
Okay, so I'm Irving, as I already told y'all, and I'm going to be a junior this year. And I'm going to be straight up with y'all, like, since the beginning. And when I was a freshman, I really didn't want to go to New Tech. Like, it was, my parents chose it for me. And at the beginning, I was, like, really mad about it. I was, like, finding ways to get out of school and stuff like that. And during that time, I actually had a problem, like, I disrespected the school culture, and I got sent away to an alternative school for about 30 days. And at that time, I was like, well, I really didn't want to be at that school, but I didn't want to, like, I didn't want it to be them that didn't want me, you know? So, so that whole time I was over there, I just thought about everything I did, and like, I saw the teachers would come, like, they would, like, drive all the way to that alternative school, even though they didn't have to, because they could email me. The whole time I was over there, I was just reflecting on myself. They would actually motivate me. They'd be like, look, I know this happened, like, you're still young, like, this happens to a lot of kids, but you have to find a way to turn this negative into a positive, and that's actually part of what I did. Like, at the beginning, I wasn't so sure about it. My parents actually gave me a decision that, like, you could stay at New Tech or you could choose any school. Like, I know it's really bad that you're going to go back after you had this problem. At that time, I really thought about what I wanted in life. Like, did I really want to go to New Tech or did I not? And I started thinking about it. Like, the whole time I was over there, it was like 2 months before I got sent away. And, like, the whole culture actually got to me. Like, the teachers that actually help you, it's a small school, but, like, all the teachers know you, so you could have that relationship with them. Like, it's not like in a bigger high school where the teachers might know you and they'll be like, oh, okay, well, it's this kid again and stuff like that. No, they actually get to know you for who you are. And some of them even, like, they stay after school with you and help you on all the points that you need. Like, I don't know, it's more of a friendship than them actually being your teacher. So that makes it a lot more comfortable to learn that. When I actually came back that freshman year, I started doing better and better. I'm not going to say I was, like, the best kid, because I really wasn't. And coming into my sophomore year, I think, one day I was on the roof of my house, and I just started thinking about, like, okay, so this year, like, you know, it wasn't that good. I got to brush it off. And I started reflecting on everything. I was like, I don't want that to happen this year, and I actually want to be at this school. I want to prove to them that I'm worthy of them having me there. Like, I don't know, it was a big experience for me. That whole problem thing actually made me think about life. It affected me a lot, but it didn't affect me to be like, oh, I hate this school, I want to quit and stuff. It actually motivated me. It was like, I want to do better. I want to prove to them that I'm like good enough to be at this school. So when I went back that year, I actually got to be Miss Mobley's student and Mr. Chambers. And it was the same thing again, you know, like, since day one, they started having a friendship with you. All the teachers, like, they started talking to you. During the projects, they help you out. And it was more of a, like I told you, it's more of a friendship. It's not, you don't really feel it at school. It's more like a job, and they're all your co-workers, and, like, you actually get to like them. Even, like, I'm telling you, even the people that you don't like, when you actually get stuck with a project with them, you actually get to know them for who they are. Like, because I know everybody has that. Like, you go into a job and you get that vibe of somebody, and you're like, oh, you know, like, it's you. But then, like, when you actually get to work with them, you get to, like, during the project, I mean, you have to talk to them. So, like, they tell you about how their lives going, you tell them about how your lives going, and then you're like, oh, we're more alike than we're different. Like, why did I, like, hate you, I guess? Or not hate you, like, dislike you. So it's a really amazing experience. Like, you can't really tell how it is until you're actually in the environment. Like, give it a week. When you're actually there, like, all the people help you out, even the upperclassmen. Like, in most schools, you think, oh, you know, I'm a freshman, I'm finna get picked on. Like, oh, little fish is coming over here, and, like, the seniors are gonna, like, start messing with me and stuff. And it was actually the whole opposite of that. Like, when I went there, the seniors actually helped me. I think it was that thing that happened or something? The freshman orientation. Like, I guess they adopt you in UTech, and they start telling you about, oh, well, if you don't know how to use Macs and stuff like that, they help you out. They teach you how to use them. And we're more of a family than we are, like, students and teachers, because we all get along there, even if you don't like the people, like I told you. All right, now going back to the story, which I got like kind of sidetracked. Actually, when I went back that year, I started improving. The teachers actually started noticing, like, for the good of me. They're like, oh, you know, it was like that kid that had that bad experience this year, but he actually took in what we told him to turn that negative into a positive. And I'm here now. Like, teachers are starting to notice me. They're like, oh, this kid's really smart, but he just needed, like, a little push at the beginning. And it's a big honor to be here right now. Like, I'm not even
I'm Mackenzie Mobley, and I'm going to be a senior this year, like I said before. Like Irving said, the PBL environment is great with teacher and student relationships. With my experience, my father is in the military, and when I got into high school, he was deployed, which, you know, left me lacking a father figure in my life. And So I was given the opportunity to talk to and to get to know my teachers that were of the male gender, and they guided me and they'd talk to me, and if I had any problem I could go to them, but it didn't change anything in the classroom. In the classroom they knew I was the student, I knew they were the teacher, we respected each other, nothing changed, nothing that would sidetrack my learning in any way. And it actually just made it that much easier for me to learn because they knew how I would work and I knew how they would work, and it was great. At one point, I was having a rough patch in my life, and my teacher, Miss Santagata, she's great. She's my world history teacher, and I was upset, and I came into class, and I was crying, and she came to me and asked me what the matter was. She took me out in the hall, and she talked to me about it, and she helped me resolve it. She calmed me down, and then she says, okay, let's go back inside, and we're going to go get to work, okay? And I said, yeah, let's do this. And and it was great. We had an amazing relationship as a student and teacher. It just, even if you don't know that teacher when you come into your new class, you get to know them really fast, and you become really good friends. And also, you keep your teacher relationship, and it makes it easier for you to learn and more comfortable.
So my name is Marita Henley, and I'm going to be an upcoming senior this year. And since I'm going to be an upcoming senior, I'm going to talk to you guys about how New Tech prepares you for college. My family, they made it very apparent that going to college was not an option, that I had to go whether I wanted to or not. And they gave me the choice. They said you could either go to the high school and be a failure, or you could go to New Tech and it'll prepare you for college. I felt like that wasn't really a choice. They were telling me that I needed to go to New Tech. So I was like, okay, I guess. Before, when I was in 8th grade, what I had heard about New Tech was that it was a lot of work, you're going to be really stressed and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, I don't want to. I don't want to do this anymore. But when I got here, it actually taught me a lot about getting ready for college. One of the main things it taught me was time management. I have been dancing for 14 years, and I'm very, very involved in dance. Like, I teach little kids, and I choreograph, and I take classes. So that consumes about 35 to 40 hours a week. So managing my time, my first year, freshman year, it was so horrible. I got very little sleep because I had no idea what I was doing. Like Alex said, the way New Tech works is they give you a whole bunch of projects, and they're all due at different points. So you need to know when you need to work on this, when you need to work on that, and figure out what needs to be done to get the overall project done at a certain time. So I had a lot of trouble with that, but as I've gotten older and as I've progressed through New Tech, I've learned how to manage my time wisely. So that way I can go to dance, and I can get my work done, and I can still get good grades. And that's to be really helpful in college as well, because like a lot of our teachers have told us, they're not going to baby you. They're not going to tell you, oh, this is going to be due tomorrow, make sure you get it done. They're going to tell you at least once or twice, and then you're on your own. So that's a good thing New Tech has taught me. Also, it has taught me how to collaborate, because pretty much the way I work in groups is I was always the leader, and I always took control, and I always pretty much did everything on my own. So it taught me how to play to other people's strengths. Like, if someone was not good at math, I could give them something that involved writing or something. So instead of me just taking it on my own and, you're useless, just get away from me, I've figured out a way to help them so that they can get it done too. Also, I used to not be a very good people person. Like, I used to wake up every morning and just, I hate people. Nobody come talk to me. Don't look at me. But now I've learned that communication is actually very important, especially in college. It's also taught me, New Tech has taught me how to deliver information in a manner that other people can understand. Because we present a lot, you have to take information that you have gained and kind of break it down for people that don't understand it, if that makes sense. So if I'm talking about physics and my audience is like 3rd graders, I have to find a way to break it down so that they understand, because I may understand physics, but they obviously don't. because I'm the teacher. So that's taught me how to break down information and deliver it so other people can understand it. And by doing that, by teaching, I've actually, I've, I guess, retained the knowledge better. Another thing that New Tech has taught me is how to solve problems, especially social problems in a group. At New Tech, what happens in a group is if someone is not pulling their weight, you can give them a certain number of warnings, and after 3 warnings, you can fire them. My original thing was, I'm just gonna fire you if you don't do what I want you to do. I learned that's definitely not the way to solve problems. Like I said before, I learned how to play to other people's strengths, and by doing that, I actually learned how to solve problems better. So instead of just firing people before I give them a chance, I've actually been able to talk to them, figure out what's wrong, why they're not doing their work, and then from there, kind of come up with a solution to getting the work done. Another thing that also helps is we have College Mondays for the juniors and seniors, and at first, as far as college went, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. But every Monday, we go to our humanities class, and that whole period, all we do is just not only research colleges, but we have this College Board website, and it's actually a really cool, useful tool. You can narrow down like what majors you want, what state it's in, and it can like filter colleges from there. And then they also taught us how to look for certain information like the retention rate, which is basically the percentage of returning sophomores. And that's really important information because if there's like a 12% retention rate, you can pretty much concur that that's not a very good school. It's probably not where you want to go. So College Mondays, from there I've determined what I want to be. I figured I want to be a pediatrician. And I've narrowed down the top 5 colleges that I want to go to. So that was very helpful because I was lost for a while and I had no idea what I wanted to do. They're also teaching us about financial aid and how to apply for FAFSA loans and stuff like that. And as you can see on this chart, Manor New Tech not only exceeds Texas, but it also exceeds the percentage of people in the United States that are enrolled in college after high school. So that's really good.
Hi, I'm Boye Coleman, and I'm a rising senior, and I'm going to talk about how PBL prepared me for the real world. And I am a full-time volunteer at Army Community Services, also known as ACS, and my volunteer coordinator, she actually assigned me to be the leading teen of this challenge they sponsored, the Teen Leadership Challenge. And what I do is just coordinate events, and I have to meet certain deadlines. Sometimes she doesn't even tell me what she wants done. She just, how she wants it done. She just tells me, you need to do this. And I'm like, okay, I got this. And I have to work with the team of other teenagers, but since I'm the leader, I have to actually take the initiative and just work with them, find what they need to do, how we're going to do this, and just get it done. One day, my coordinator didn't want me to leave one of my group members alone because one day he fell asleep on the couch. When I came back, he didn't have anything done, but next time I did leave for lunch, I knew that I should just give him something small to do so we could have it done. And collaboration, sometimes I like to be a control freak and a perfectionist, but I know that I can't do that most of the time. And what I have to do is just give them a chance, because usually if I see you fall asleep on the job, I will not give you a chance. I would just leave you there and not even talk to you. My boss and my team, if I'm absent, I have to at least email my boss, and that's like the right thing to do. And in PBL, well, if you're absent, you are expected to email your group members, tell them that you're not going to be there and what do you need to be done. And that's what one of the things that my boss likes about me, because I always ask her, hey, I'm not going to be here, but is there anything you want me to do while I'm out? And technology, I am like the tech person at my school, not my school, but my job. And they just ask me for everything, like, hey, how can I do this on PowerPoint? Or, hey, how can I do this on Publisher? And they just ask me how to do everything and anything, and I have the answer for it because of PBL. Like, without PBL, I would not have the knowledge of Microsoft Office or Keynote or any other presentation devices. Whew, I'm so sorry. I'm a little nervous, if you could tell. But I really enjoy PBL. It prepared me for a lot of things. A couple years ago, I was versed in this. I would break down and cry. But I actually feel a little bit more confident than what I used to be. And that's a big thing in the real world because you have to present to people. You have to inform people about what you know, because right now I'm informing you about PBL. You don't know anything about PBL until I'm telling you. So this is my experience. I love it. I use it every day in my working environment. Without PBL, I wouldn't be as professional as I am in the office. So I enjoy it. I think it's a great tool for everybody to use, and it's just really helpful.
Okay, so we came over here. We didn't come to brag about New Tech. We didn't come to tell you, oh, we're better than everybody else, because we're really not. It's not the school. It's not the computers we have at the school. It's not all the technology. It's not all the fancy stuff that we might have, which we kind of don't. It's the people who are actually there that make New Tech what it is. It's the teachers. It's the students. It's the culture. A big thing about New Tech is that everybody puts effort into it. I think what makes us unique is that when we fall, we know how to get back up. When you mess up in a project your freshman year, because you're bound to one day or another, like, you take that experience and like, next time I'm going to do way better. I'm going to put 110% into it. And I think that's what makes a difference at the school than other schools. So I really hope that y'all like put PBL into some of the schools over here, because it's a really good experience. But one thing that you have to know, it's not just waking up in the morning and going to school and be like, oh, I'm going to teach. It's waking up in the morning, oh, I'm going to teach like all these students. I'm going to have these connections with them. I'm going to make them love me, and I guess I'm going to love them. But you have to build that connection with them to make them comfortable. They're going to want to learn. They're not just going to come into school every day thinking about, oh, when does 4 o'clock hit, I'm ready to leave. They're actually going to be like, oh, I want to stay. I need to finish this project. I need to stay after school, put in effort into it, finalize it, and make it my end product so I could actually be a better presenter when we grow up and stuff. Because this is actually helping us for the real world. When you get a job and stuff, you have to collaborate with other people. You have to know their strongs, and like, when you have a job, you might not see it, but when you finish something, you put your own unique touch into it. So I think that's what makes a difference in everything that you do. So thank you for having us here. Like, it's a real honor for all of us to be here.
Can we just give them a huge thank you?